Do you simply want to be known as someone who's confident or someone who's smart? Do you want others to look at you and be like, damn, she's confident? Well, let me stop you right there. Confidence is not about you becoming the type of person other people will see as confident, but becoming the version of you you would see that way. Because confident people don't really care if others see them as confident or not. They simply just don't care about what others think of them. Let's start from right there. I'm sure by now you've heard that confidence is the key to success and so on, but so is also intelligence. Therefore, in today's video, I'm going to answer your questions around what does it mean to be confident and smart, what to do to achieve a certain level of confidence in ourselves, and what not to do. And bestie, just know that I got you, because by the end of this video, you're going to feel more prepared and ready on how to show up as the most confident version of yourself. So let's get into it. Confident people have a true sense of self, and they know exactly what they like, and more importantly, what they don't like. They know what they're good at, and they know when to ask for help. In other ways, I like to say that confident people have come to terms with their own dark side as well, which I will get more into what I mean throughout this whole video. So the first tip I would like to give you is to make time to find out who you are, what you like, and where you want to go in life. Now, intelligent or smart people on the other side have the ability to analyze and solve problems. They have strong analytical skills that helps them break down something that's complex into simpler parts. This type of people can easily spot patterns, connections, and underlying details that other people might miss. So in other words, they are aware of their strengths and weaknesses, which basically takes us back to being a confident person as well. Now, what are some of the things that you can do to become a smart and confident person? Number one, develop new skills. If someone tells me that they want to be more confident, but all they do is watching Netflix till 4 a.m. in the morning and waking up 12 p.m. in the afternoon, I would ask them, what's there to be confident about? Because this type of habits won't just cut it for you, my dear. Let me use an example for you. When I was 19 years old, I decided that I'm going to get my licenses to enter the financial industry and work as a financial advisor / broker. And in this field, I learned skills such as leadership, training, sales, networking, prospecting, and so on. But before this, I was just a uni student who was working part-time at a restaurant. So my confidence went from here to here instantly by just learning these skills and learning how money works. Because if I was in a group of people who were doing big talks about finances, money, and business, I had some expertise in terms of what they were talking about, which would instantly boost my confidence. And that I'm not only a pretty girl just standing there without any knowledge or expertise and have nothing to offer to the table. So go out there and pick up some new skills. It could be sales, it could be public speaking, it could be even fitness. When you know more than just an average or basic level about something, that instantly makes you feel more smarter and confident about yourself. Number two, show up daily for yourself. When you make a promise to yourself, keep it. Because that helps you in gaining self-respect and trust, which also helps with building your confidence. Think about it this way. If you were to ask a friend to get something done for you or help you out with something, and they just say, yeah, I'm gonna do it today with you, I'm gonna do it tomorrow with you, let's do it next week. If they keep changing their word and they don't keep their word that they have given you, would you trust them again in terms of them promising you about something? No, right? So what makes you think that if you were to do this to yourself, your higher self or your inner wisdom would be able to trust you again? You see what I mean? So if you tell yourself, I'm going to work out today, get it done. Even if it's 10-15 minutes, it makes a difference. Just stick with your own words. When you keep showing up for yourself, you build this trust with yourself. And this way, no matter what happens, what goes right or what goes wrong in your life, you know that at the end of the day, you can count on yourself, your abilities, and capabilities. Number three, the power of association. Us humans, we're really susceptible towards the moods, the energies, and the way of thinking of the people that we have around us and we spend the most amount of time with. So you have to become really aware of the power that those people you have associated yourself with have over you. If you don't feel really confident about yourself or smart, look at those people you have around you. Do they really feel smart or confident about themselves? What type of energy do they radiate? Do they come up as a type of person that is confident and has control over their life? Or they're the type of people who feel out of control, lost, and confused about what they're doing in their life? So be careful who you choose to spend the most amount of time with. Number 4, do things that scare you and make you feel uncomfortable. For example, if going to events, meeting new people, building new connections, and networking with people is what scares you or makes you feel uncomfortable, do it anyways. Nobody learns how to believe in themselves and feel confident about who they are if they just keep doing easy stuff. You gotta do hard shit. Because let's say, for example, you don't really feel like working out today, but you go to the gym and you get that done anyways, even though you were feeling uncomfortable and you really didn't want to do it. At the end of that workout, you come out feeling like you can take over the world. You tell yourself, yes, I did that even when I didn't want to. You're gonna have that proud moment, you know? And it makes you feel more confident in who you are and what you can accomplish. I constantly try to challenge myself and get uncomfortable. Remember that Mexico trip I went on? I didn't want to do a lot of the adventurous stuff because honestly I felt kind of scared. And I really didn't do it, which now I regret. But one thing I did do was paddleboarding on this river side of the resort that we were on. And that was uncomfortable and challenging for me to do because I have a fear of water, especially if it's deep and I can't really see more than what's happening on the surface. But I did it anyways because I have never done it before. And I just wanted to simply be able to say, yes, I did it after it was done. That alone made me step on my fear and do it anyways. Number 5, see into your own nature. You need to come to terms with the fact that 95% of your ideas and opinions are not your own. They come from what other people have taught you, what you've been reading on the internet, and what you see other people saying and doing. So you may even hold certain beliefs about yourself that may not be even true, and it may be affecting your confidence. So instead of accepting everything that you feel or think as something that's true and real, start questioning it. Start looking more inward and question, where does that belief or that certain feeling really come from? Let me use an example. Because growing up, my parents always had this conflict and arguments around money and finances, I grew up thinking that relying on a man to take care of myself and my bills is wrong. But that's only because of the conflict that I experienced through the lens of my parents. So to believe that I wouldn't want to count or rely on my own man just because my mom couldn't is wrong. And that's when I figured that this certain belief wasn't really mine. So I would say look deeper into how you really feel or why you believe certain things. Number 6, don't base your confidence on things that you can lose. Just being confident because you're pretty or you have a good career and you're rich is not right. You don't want to base your confidence on things that may not be there for you tomorrow. You can lose your job or your business. You can get older and have some wrinkles added to your face and acne, and it may not make you feel so beautiful anymore. You may also lose your money and wealth. Instead, base your confidence on who you are as a person, whether your strength, what are your knowledge, what are your skills, and what are your experiences. Because those things are not going anywhere and they will always stay with you. Before I get into number 7, hey you, if it's your first time here, I'm Dee, welcome to my channel. I make videos that are committed to help women become the director of their own lives. So if that sounds like you, make sure to tag along the journey. Number 7, develop a so what mentality. If you want to become more of a confident person, you need to be okay with making mistakes, with failing, with not getting it right the first time. Therefore, whenever something happens that you think it can actually shatter your confidence and affect you, tell yourself, so what? So-and-so rejected me and said no to my business opportunity. So what? I haven't figured how to make my business work. So what? I don't have the relationship I always dreamed of. So what? You got time. You can try again, fail again, win again, again and again and again. Become okay with it. Life has its ups and downs, its days and its nights. Number 8. What does your diet look like? And no, I don't mean just what you eat and you put into your body. But what I mean is, what do you consume on a day-to-day basis? What do you feed your mind with? If you constantly feed your mind with thoughts, negative thoughts such as, I'm not pretty enough, I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm not intelligent enough, how do you think that would make you feel? Not good, right? Then be aware of what you tell yourself. Watch your mouth. Self-talk is very important in order for you to build the confidence that you want. But also, what you watch on social media platform, what you listen to, what you read also matters. So whenever you're watching something or listening to something, ask yourself this question. Does this make me feel better? Does it teach me anything new? Or does it make me feel inspired at least? If not, then why are you watching it or listening to it anyways? So watch your diet, okay? Number 9, intelligent people have found a way to master their emotions. So they don't really make a decision when they're under the influence of a certain feeling. If you want to be more smart, be aware of how you react to certain things, like certain events, certain comments, certain criticism, and so on. Always give yourself enough time to respond. If something makes you feel unhappy or angry, don't make decisions right away. Don't react. Remove yourself from that situation, from that environment, and I mean sometimes literally remove yourself physically. And give yourself some time, maybe even a day or two, to take in everything in a better way, so then you would be able to make the right decisions or give the right response and reply to that thing. And this is for sure something I'm currently working on myself. If you're thinking, what does this have to do with being more confident? It has everything to do with it. Think about it. If you're not intelligent enough to do what I just said, and you would have given a negative reaction or a negative response in that type of situation, how smart or how confident would have you really felt after that event? You wouldn't have. And you may have even looked down at yourself. And that definitely doesn't help with helping someone feel more confident about themselves. Number 10, remember, confidence is quiet, insecurity is loud. People who are actually confident, they have nothing to prove to no one. They don't have to go above and beyond just to prove to other people that they're confident. But people who are insecure, they're always loud, they're always killing themselves to put themselves in the center of attention of everyone, because they always have this urge of wanting to feel more validated and seen. But confident people care more about how they view themselves, and they don't really feel a need of feeling validated or liked by other people. Number 11, avoid comparison. As much as we've heard comparison is a thief of joy, but it's also the thief of confidence and self-worth. You gotta understand, there's always going to be someone prettier than you, smarter than you, and more successful than you. But compared to who? If you say things like, I'm not confident enough to yourself, I would ask myself right away, right after that, compared to who? Compared to your yesterday or to someone else's today? And remember to always move closer to what you envy. Let me explain. Most of the times, the people you compare yourself to are only hiding their problems and they're putting their best face forward. So we might only be able to see their better job and their better relationship and so on. But if we moved closer and if we could actually look behind the closed doors, we would also see the horrible bosses that might come with that new job and opportunity. And that way, we would have less reason to feel envy. The reason why I say move a little closer towards what you envy is for you to see two things. On one hand, I want you to see what's really happening behind the scenes, behind that pretty face those people are presenting to yourself. On the other hand, I want you to see the disadvantages that also comes with being in that position and having that fame and having that popularity and having that type of wealth. Okay, let me use an example. If you know someone who's more popular than you, who's more famous, who has more money, I want you to think of it this way. Those people sometimes don't have literally any privacy to themselves. If you're a celebrity, you're always being chased by paparazzi and they're literally watching every move you make. And sometimes it becomes annoying because if there's even one thing that you wouldn't want to show to the world about yourself or you want to keep private to yourself, most of the times you're not going to be really successful at keeping it as a private thing because those type of people are always chasing you. Another thing is if you are a wealthy person, sometimes it's going to be really hard for you to find people or friends that would actually want you for you and not your fame and your money and your wealth. So when you look at the disadvantages that comes with these type of advantages people have over you, it also makes you feel a little bit less envy towards them and more grateful for what you have. Number 12. Love yourself throughout this journey of becoming the most confident version of you. A confident person doesn't try to hide their flaws and their imperfections. They are aware of it and they accept it because they're not afraid of not being accepted by other people. Because at the end of the day, they know they got themselves that they can count on. So love yourself throughout this whole journey. Number 13. body language does matter. But I would really put this tip at the end of every other tip that I just gave you. Because it's not really everything, but it definitely does help with making you seem more confident. Let me show you what I mean as an example. If you and me are out for a coffee or dinner or whatever, and all I'm doing is this and this and I'm like moving and I'm doing this or I'm doing this or I'm doing this, do I look like a very confident person to you? Of course not. Fidgeting, slouching, these things don't make you feel confident, let alone make you seem confident, okay? But if I were to sit like this as we're having dinner and I would have, my wine, my cup of tea or whatever, or my food in a very relaxed way, and maybe like even slow down a little bit with the way I talk, I'm gonna seem more confident to you. So yes, body language does matter, but it doesn't really help you become confident internally or within you, let's say. It makes you seem more confident, okay? That's why I say I would keep this tip at the end of all the other tip I gave you. But I hope that helps. Going back to what I said earlier in my video, becoming confident is also coming to terms with the dark side of yourself. Let me elaborate. To become a confident person, you need to learn more about who you are. You need to know your strength. You need to know your weaknesses. You need to know your flaws and accept them, not deny them. And you need to stop acting like you're perfect. And more importantly, when you come to terms with the dark side of yourself, which I'm going to explain a little bit more, that's when you reach the ultimate confidence level. So examine and recognize the dark side of your character. Once you have critically and consciously observed it, it loses its power over you. Accept those evil feelings you feel at times instead of trying to ignore or denying them. Like feeling resentful towards your friend's success. Feeling like you would want to take revenge of those people who have hurt you. Your hunger for attention and power. Recognize it and don't ignore it and act as if you don't feel this type of feelings because you're a saint and you don't feel such things. By you accepting it and allowing it, it loses its power over you and you no longer have anything that someone could hold against you. For example, if you do feel a little bit jealous about certain things and somebody notices it and says, "Oh, so you're jealous," you don't try to hide it and you say with confidence, "Yes, I can be at times, but I also try to use it as a tool that would help me achieve better things in life." Because usually we would feel jealous towards things that we would want in life or people we want to be like. So I use my jealousy sense as a guide sometimes that can direct me towards the things I actually desire deep down. And instead of holding that feeling against myself and try to deny it and let it eat me up from the inside. Does that make sense? So not only those feelings and those things lose power over you, but also other people have nothing to hold against you. So how are we feeling so far, bestie? Confidence is for sure an important trait and characteristic to have, but sometimes confidence alone might not be enough to reach that ideal version of ourselves. Which is exactly why I have created videos around how to actually reinvent yourself step by step or how to become magnetic. So if you haven't watched those yet, make sure you give it a try. Also, show me the notes you were able to take down while watching this video in the comments so I can actually see how much value you were able to take away from this video. And don't forget to join our Discord community and let me know what other type of videos you would want me to create just for you, and I'd be happy to deliver. I love you lots. Until later. Bye-bye.
Tell me I'm the only one that you love. Life could be a dream, sweetheart.